So in this video we're going to look at working out normal probabilities, and to do that we're going to use our CAS. So when you look on your CAS calculator, you'll find that there are three types of normal distributions on the distribution list. The first one, the normal PDF, that's just used to find the function that forms the normal PDF graph. So that just gives you the shape of the graph that sits like this for a normal standard distribution. So if you substitute a value in there, so you put in the number 1, it will tell you what that f of x value is there. Not very helpful really. So the one that we use is the normal CDF, and what we put in is our lower bound and our upper bound. And our lower bound, when we're finding probabilities, is the lower terminal for the area, and the upper bound is the upper terminal for the area. If we're looking to solve for a particular x value that gives us a particular probability, we use the inverse normal function on the calculator, and we put in the area under the curve that we're trying to find. So the area under the curve is this bit here, that goes in there, and we put in our mean for our distribution and our standard deviation. Now it's really important that you know for your CAS calculator that when it does normal distribution, it's always measuring from negative infinity. So no matter where your x value is on the curve, it is always finding the left-hand area. So sometimes you'll need to make modifications to your calculations so that you can find the area that you want. Let's have a look at some examples. So for this example here, for a random variable x which is distributed normally with a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1, find the value of k for which the probability that x is greater than k is equal to 0.25. So we're looking for a k value or an x value, so we're going to use our inverse normal. So one of the things that's very helpful to do is to actually do a very quick sketch of your normal distribution and mark in what it is that you're trying to find. So there's your k value there. We want k to have the area above it greater than 0.25. Now we know our CAS calculator only finds from the left-hand side upwards, so we're actually going to try and find k less than this particular area. And that particular area is 1 minus 0.25, which is 0.75. So on our calculator, what we put in, inverse normal distribution, 0.75, mean of 0, standard deviation of 1, and it spits out this answer here, and that is our k value. But we had to use this side, not this side, to find it. Okay, let's have a look at a question that has two n's that we need to work with. So for a random variable x which is distributed normally with a mean of 100 and a variance of 4, find a and negative a such that when x is between those two, we get a probability or an area of 0.98. So again, first thing to do, sketch a little graph. So we have a and negative a, and in between those two is 0.98. So what we need to do is remember that our CAS does from negative infinity up to a particular value, and so what we need to do is to find out how much this little area here is. So if the bit in the middle is 0.98 and the whole thing has to add up to 1, then the leftover bit from the 0.98, which is 0.02, is split in half to give you 0.01 on this side and 0.01 on this side. And now we can use our inverse normal to find this minus a. So when we put that into our CAS calculator and do that, what we get is for our a value, we get 104.625, and for our negative A value, which is a bit weird, but we get 95.347.